But the 9th, by the barest of margins, was knocked down by a good uppercut from Logan Paul, and Logan Paul then followed up with what was an illegal shot, had 2 points taken off him, and ultimately that was why he lost. And I imagine he's probably been replaying that one in his head ever since, because if he just hadn't thrown that second blow, he just had a rush of blood, he'd have won that fight.
Tough team fight. Commands ball all the time, take the cell all the time. Watch the head, watch the grab no punches. Tonight, they're all professionals, so let's fight like it. Push them up.
Okay, so here we go. 6 rounds in the cruiserweight division. I'm not going to make any firm predictions about what we're going to get here. We really don't know, and that's what makes this kind of fascinating. So there goes the bell, and you can see immediately the height of... He would do, Matt, what he said right from the start, Gib, is that he will bring the heat, he will look to put pressure on, and he will just fight as hard as he can for 6 rounds, and he'll just see if Jake Paul can handle it.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how their stamina holds up with the nervous energy drain out of them. These are guys that aren't experienced, that they're not used to fighting in front of crowds of people.
He's just trying to stay low and keep that head on the move as much as he can there, Gib. It's a kind of square-on style that he's got. It's a decent looking right hand there from Jake Paul, just chopping down. He's got a good settled stance, and Gib just taking a couple of steps backwards there. I think it was more a balance issue than a damaging shot, but the way he's set up here, Jake Paul, looks pretty decent.
Yeah, I think he's trying to...
Well, that's a good right hand, and he dipped down and he's touched down with a knee there, AneSongib. And the referee, quite rightly, is counting him. He was caught by that right hand, and he's finding his range here, Jake Paul, and finding him quite easily. He can't stand there, AneSongib. He can't be at that kind of distance, that kind of range. He's got to get in close. Close is safe here for him, but he's been put down again there. He's touched down with a knee or with the glove. Look, the referee may have adjudged that the ropes kept him up there, actually. So that's 2 knockdowns he suffered inside the first 2 minutes.
I think the balance is an issue for Gib. He's just all over the place balance-wise. He can't seem to stay on his feet. There's a nice body shot there from Jake Paul.
And that jab a few seconds ago just knocked Gib straight back onto his heels again here. He is trying to move that head on the way in, but he's just getting picked up. I think he's hurt a little bit there by the right hand, because he's just trying to just lean into Jake Paul. He's punishing him a bit here, and the referee has stepped in and he's waved this one off with a few seconds remaining in the first round. And I make him right there, the official, because that was only heading one way. As it turned out, there was a big gulf inability between these two, and he was really just catching him, just hitting him at will there towards the end of that first round. So it's a win for the Paul family. A shake of the head there from KSI, and here we go. Calling him out at ringside, that's what they want for their next fight. And I said right at the start, it's difficult to know what you're going to get from these fights. It's difficult to know how each will react when that first bell goes. But unfortunately, Jake Paul, as it turned out, did have some tools. He's been working on the Shane Mosley in the gym, and he did some decent stuff in there. I know that the opposition in the end, Gib was, he kind of was what he was, but Jake Paul showed a bit of boxing ability there, I would say.
Well, I think Gib was struggling to find a stance, really. He was trying to buck low, his balance was all over the place, and Jake Paul was able to line him up and catch him with a few right hands, and definitely did the damage. And I think the ref was right to stop it, because it was so one-sided. I think Gib was going to probably get knocked out. Yeah,
I'll make you right there. I'll make you right. And and he'll be very, very disappointed, but he gave it a crack. He put himself out there, he put it all on the line, and that's not an easy thing to do. Any fighter at any level, it's a very, very personal thing to do this, particularly when you open yourself up to this in front of so many people. This is the world they're in, this is the world they've put themselves in. I understand that, of course, but still, I think that you have to have some admiration for it. He was trying to keep that head on the move. He was trying to employ that kind of peekaboo style, square on. He knows he's a shorter man. He's got to get inside that reach somehow, and he just couldn't do it.
Yeah, no, he didn't have the boxing ability. He didn't have the technical ability, the schooling, and how would he? He's a raw novice trying to get close, and he just couldn't do it. And at that distance, he got nailed with a few hard right hands, and I think the referee was right to stop it, because these aren't, they're not boxers, they're not warriors, they're YouTubers, so we don't want to see anyone that's not, a real professional getting beaten up. We don't need to see that, so I think the referee was right to stop the fight.
Well, we know what they want to try and do next, which is make that fight between Jake Paul and KSI. His brothers said that they'll leave the way clear for that, and that is what they want to do. They want to keep it within the circle, within this world that they have so successfully created for themselves. And this will be absolute torture for him. This will be an unbelievably long wait. He'll just want to get out of that ring, and it will take him a while to get over this.
I don't know what does that mean now for his YouTube career? Does he lose followers, or what way does that work?
You're asking the wrong man. I really couldn't tell you. I don't think it'll be too damaging, to be honest. He lives just down the road from me, actually. They all live in a building down in Stratford in East London, and back home that's where I'm based. So if I see him around, I'll put an arm around his shoulder. As always, watching this, I can't help but try and pick out technicalities and boxing aspects, but as you rightly pointed out, Matt, you can't expect too much, because there's been very little experience combined by these two. Well, Joe Weller was watching this one. Of course, he heavily backed Gibb, and he's absolutely gutted.
2 minutes and 18 seconds of round number 1. Your winner by TKO, the problem child, Jake Paul.
Well, Jake Paul with a conclusive win, and make no mistake about it, they will try and tee up that fight against KSI, and it will be big. It will be on a similar kind of scale to the one we saw in Los Angeles last November. I don't see any way that won't be the case.